Hey guys, it's Mike Chen. This is one of my favorite videos because I'm going to teach you how to make the most popular street food item in China. This is called Jian Bing Guo Zi, and it basically means fried pancake, and guo zi, which literally means a fruit. But in this case, there's nothing fruity going on in this dish. This dish is actually quite a lot of carbs. It's basically all carbs, just a tiny bit of scallions and some eggs. But it is ancient, and even to this day remains one of the most popular street food items in China. This is a lot of fun, and there's a lot of ways you can do this. Now, crepes, again, it's just a ratio of flour to water. And you can make simple crepes, for example, if you just add a cup of flour to maybe 1.2, 1.3 cups of water, mix in some scallions, some chives. You can make a simple little pancake that you can wrap your vegetables and meats around. So pancakes in general are really, really simple. I'm going to show you one, like I said, this is the most popular street food in China. Very underrated street food, and it couldn't be simpler. And this dish is a combination of all-purpose flours in either millet flour or corn flour or mung bean flour. So combine all-purpose flour with one of those three. And I think you should be able to find at least one of them either on Amazon or in most Western supermarkets. I got green bean flour, so this is mung bean flour. And the purpose of mixing this flour with the all-purpose flour is that if you just use all-purpose flour, the crepe will come out doughy and a little pasty. But the key characteristic of this street food is that it's supposed to have a very nice, almost snappy texture bite to it. So it's not supposed to be really all that pasty. That's where the mung bean flour with the millet flour with the corn flour comes in. And in addition to the flour, there's one more very special characteristic about the street food, and that is a super crunchy, crispy center. And that's what's called the guo zi. And again, guo zi means fruit, and this is really just a piece of fried dough. And you could either make the fried dough, I'm going to show you how, or you can use a simple substitute. And it's a really simple substitute. That's why I have the wonton wrappers here, and that's why I have the fried dough here as well. But it's your preference. I mean, the inside crispy layer is really just supposed to be there for texture. So you could almost use anything super crispy. I know people to use like cereal for the middle layer. I don't know how that would taste, but I know people who have done it. Let's get started, shall we? So, first thing we gotta do is a lot of prep work, because once the paste is made, the crepe comes together super quickly. So you gotta have all the rest of the ingredients ready. What we're gonna do right now is chop up these onions. And next thing we're going to do is make the sauce for the pancake, because the pancake really doesn't have any seasoning in there. So this is the recipe for my Jianbing Guo Zi sauce. This is a very popular sauce for meats and wraps and of course crepes, and it's a little sweet. And I take about 1.5 tablespoons of the sweet bean paste. And keep in mind, guys, you're wiping the sauce on the entire pancake, so you're gonna run out really quickly. If you're gonna make more than 1 or 2, maybe double what I'm making right now. I like to add a couple of teaspoons of my personal recipe hot oil. And of course, you can utilize, ones you bought at the store or whatever else. I like to give it a little bit of garlic powder, so maybe like 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of Chinese white pepper, a couple of teaspoons of sriracha, and I just want to add a little bit of radish just for a little crunch in my sauce. Give that a nice mix. Yeah, that smells good. Okay, my sauce is ready, and this is probably enough sauce for maybe 2 of these crepes. So if you want to make more, just double that recipe. All right. The most important part, the dough. We're gonna go with 1 cup of all-purpose flour. We're gonna add about 2/3 of a cup of green bean flour. And then we're gonna add 2 cups of water. Of course, we're adding lukewarm water. We're not just adding cold water in here, because we gotta get this stuff to mix. And you're gonna get a consistency that's not exactly the gooeyest, but not super runny either. Okay, now we're almost ready to put everything together. Next thing you're gonna do is heat up some cooking oil to about 340 to 360 degrees. And we're gonna fry up our 果子. And I'm just gonna teach you guys really quick how to make the 果子 from scratch if you choose to do it that way. Really, really simple. It's almost exactly how we made the dough for the scallion pancake. 1 cup all-purpose flour. Add a couple of teaspoons of baking soda. About a teaspoon of salt. Mix in about half a cup of water. And when you're mixing, make sure to only mix in one direction. Otherwise, you're gonna mess with the smoothness of the dough. And nobody should mess with the smoothness of the dough. Knead it together just like you did for the scallion pancakes. So about 8 to 10 minutes. And then we're gonna let it sit there for about 25 to 30. When it's ready, just take a little bit of it. Make a little meatball size of it. And just shape it into like a rectangle shape as best you can. Doesn't have to be precise. But what needs to happen is this thing needs to be rolled out as thin as possible. It just gotta be super, super thin. Okay, pretty thin slab of dough. And let me see if my oil is ready. And when you see bubbles start to form, not vicious bubbles, like when you put it in there for like a second and bubbles are attacking it like piranhas to a piece of bloody steak, that's too hot. And you're gonna burn everything you fry. But once you put it in there and you see little bubbles forming, that means it's good to go. Okay, you just wanna prepare some paper towel because you're gonna wanna absorb all that grease from the fried dough. So put a piece of the fried dough in there. And just fry it about 15 seconds on each side. You see all the bubbles that's forming? That's from all the baking soda. And that's also going to make this extra crispy. When you see the golden brown color, that means it's ready. Okay, there we go. Like I said, you can also do something simpler. And the simpler is not too bad. Wonton wrappers. Toss them in there. And they're ready after about 10-15 seconds on each side. So you gotta control the temperature of your oil pretty well. Like you don't want the oil to be too hot. There we go. All right, after you let it cool for a bit, you hear that? Nice and crunchy. That's what we're looking for. And the final shortcut to making one of these is just to buy it in the store. This is the fried dough they have. And you can fry these 3 minutes on each side. And these are sold on Amazon or basically in any single Chinese supermarket. Okay, once you got your 果子 fried, your sauce prepared, let's get to the crepe itself. And to make the crepes, you can do what I did, which was to get a crepe maker, or you can get one of those flat cast iron things you can put on the stovetop. Either one works. I just want something that's more convenient for me. And I'm just gonna spray a little oil on here. Nice scoop of it. Alright, there it is. So as the crepe is heating up, take an egg and just crack it over the top. Break the egg up and spread it around the crepe. Make sure it's nice and even. All right. Now take your scallions and just spread that everywhere. Now, before everything completely settles, take the crepe, and this is a little harder, and we're gonna flip it. All right, so. Now, this side is where the sauce is gonna be. Put the sauce all over the back side of the stain. And then take one of your Crispies, whichever one you want. Look how crispy it is. So just put it right there, and then cover that up with your crepe. Ooh, that is hot. Whew. At this point, I like to take my cleaver and just do a little crushing using the back side of it, and flip this over and flip this over. And my friends, there is your Jian Bing Guo Zi, authentic Chinese street food made right in your living room. And the characteristic, of course, the egg is on the outside, there's scallions outside. The crepe itself is going to have a really nice mouthfeel because it's not all that doughy because of the mung bean flour we put in here. It's going to be extremely crunchy, fragrant, and this is typically eaten as a breakfast food on the go. So you'll go to like a Chinese food vendor, they'll make one of these, wrap it up in some paper, and you basically eat this on the run. You hear that crunch in the middle? There you go. Oh. Hello, darling. Oh my god. Sweet, spicy, so fragrant. The pancake. Oh man. With the egg. It's such a nice mouthfeel to it. Three really important elements of this dish. The wrapper, it's gotta be really thin. Then, it's all about the crunch. That crunch is so important because without it, you're just biting into something just completely soft. And that's no fun. And then finally the sauce. If you don't have good sauce, this will not taste good. And you don't need to do what I did, you can come up with your own creation. But my sauce, I feel like it's the perfect amount of basically everything. Everything. Alright, you know what they say, one good crepe deserves another, so let's make another one. This time making it even more fragrant. Let me show you how. This time I'm going to put a youtiao in here. Maybe throw in little wontons just for good measure. This one, I'm adding a little sesame to it. Cover it up. This is an addiction, I'm telling you guys. It's eggy. It's got some veggies in there, right? Some scallions. Spicy, sweet, savory, umami flavors. Crunchy, chewy. Just a great texture and flavor combo. No wonder this to this day, one of, if not the most popular street food item in China. And it's so easy to make, right? You just saw me make it. Such a simple dish. Guys, next time for breakfast, instead of pancakes, make one of these. Again, super, super easy. If you don't want to do the whole guozi thing, it's fine. Get some wonton wrappers, fry it up, make this crepe, serve it to your family, and just get ready for all the praise. Again, traditional Chinese food items don't have to be that difficult. Go try them for yourself, and I'm gonna see you next time.